Are you looking for a beach house that has flexible living arrangements? For example, something that might have a separate unit or a separate entrance that you can block off. Well, I am in Cayucos, California today, and I just toured two homes that provide this flexible living. So I also toured the lowest price home in Cayucos, and I'll talk about that a little bit more, as well as a personal story that has to do with Cayucos and real estate from back 5 or 6 years ago. All right, let's get started on the first home. Hey, by the way, if we're just meeting, my name is Denise Dresbach, and I am a real estate agent here in San Luis Obispo County. And I mostly hang out by the coast, but I do serve the whole county, and I'm happy that you're here. So for the first home, this one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The main home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And then in the back, there is approximately a 300 square foot studio type dwelling, and it has one small bathroom and basically has 2 rooms. So you walk into that studio and it's got a small room that maybe could be like your little entryway, and then a larger room to the side. So the main house though is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it has a lot of original qualities, so there are some updates that would be needed. It does have a 1-car garage, and the approximate square footage total is about 1,800, a little over 1,800. The lot is a really good size for Cayucos too. It's 5,581 with a 1-car garage, and in the front you can park probably 2 cars. So you have the 1-car garage and then a driveway that can fit 2 cars. And as you walk up, there's a very large deck that's right on the front, and that's where the front door is. And it's got like a glass or, whatever that is to block the wind. And you can see the ocean from there. Now, today is August 29th, and it is a little foggy this morning, but I could still see the ocean from that front location. So then when you walk in, it has carpet, and the carpet is old. So that might be one of the first things that you take care of. But when you walk in, you're walking straight into this large living room, and there's a large window that looks out to that deck, and then you can see the ocean. We're not oceanfront or anything like that. You're looking down through the neighborhood to see the ocean, but it's the ocean nonetheless. The living room, right off of the living room, there's this small bedroom with a bathroom. And, this would be great for guests or even an office type thing. And then as you go to the left, there's a primary suite with a bathroom on it. So if you walk through the living room straight on from the entryway, to the left is where the kitchen is. And there's also like a laundry room off the kitchen, and you can kind of go around to that primary suite. So you can kind of do a loop there. And then there's a bedroom back there. So, off of the kitchen is the backyard entrance. So you can get back through there. You can see some of the neighbors' homes. I'm surprised there's not a fence there, but that might be something you could add. But yeah, so in the back there is where that studio is. And like I said, you walk into a small room, there's a little bathroom, and this one might need more of a fixing up than the front. So this house was built in 1941, and as of today, it's been on the market for 15 days. So the nice thing about it too is you're up on the hill. Okay, so you're on the ocean side of the freeway or the highway, and you can get to the coastal access or the 24th Street parking very easily. You just walk right down the hill. And this particular street, I don't know if you're familiar with Cayucos, and if you are, let me know in the comments, because I'm always curious to find out who's heard of Cayucos. We have vacationed in Cayucos for probably 20 something years, and anytime I would say I'm going on vacation, people would say, "Oh, where are you going?" And I say, "Cayucos." "Where's that?" You know, so you kind of had to do an explanation. So it is a very small beach town, and it's a great community, and I think it would be a wonderful place to live or have a vacation home. I've tried a few times. Someday. So anyway, the location is basically you have downtown, which is a small downtown, but it has a lot of, you know, thrift shops and other little shops and some restaurants and bar. There's a saloon, which is sometimes open, but there's also a bar at Schooners. That's one of the restaurants. And then, of course, that's all along the beach. So some of the newer things that have just popped up, there's a donut shop that just popped up recently, and there's a newer pizza place. So, you know, there's a lot of things going on. There's a really great cookie company, brown butter cookie company, I think it's called. And not to mention, there's also camping here. So if you want to come with your trailer or your camper van or something like that, you can reserve a spot at the campsite there, and you can see the ocean from that campsite. So some of the spots are ocean view. So the thing about the neighborhood that this particular home is in is that when you go from downtown and the pier, you're going to kind of go up along the ocean, and that's called Pacific Street. And Pacific Street, you're either oceanfront or you're across the street. Both would be fine with me. But if you go along Pacific Street, you're going to have the numbered streets that are all along there. So each one goes up, 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 up. And then across from that is this street that's up on the hill. So the nice thing about living up there is if you, you know, if you have like this house, you can see the ocean from up there too, but you still have just a block to walk down to get to the coastal access. So when you walk to the coastal access, you have views like the beach and the ocean, and then you can just pop down onto the beach and walk. So that's really nice. There is also a lot of surfing. There's a lot of holiday type things. So it's a pretty quiet town when there aren't any holiday things going on, or if it's like summertime, it can get very quiet. And sometimes when we walk on the beach, there's nobody around. So that's really nice. But on holidays like 4th of July, this place is packed. And you know, they have a fireworks display off of the pier, and I've only seen it once, and I was just amazed at the amount of people that come here for that. And so if you in advance rent something that is oceanfront, or there's these oceanfront condos that I'm actually parked out in front of right now, there you have a clear view of the pier. So if you're renting one of those places, or if you own one of these places, you have a great fireworks show right out your back door, or I guess could be your front door too, depending. So anyway, you know, they have a lot of fun things. There's like an antique show, there's a car show, farmers market, all that fun stuff. And it's a really great community. The people that you meet here are super, super friendly. So back to this house, like I said, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You've got the front house and then a little studio in the back. This is kind of a fixer updates needed situation. And this one is listed for $1,450,000. So I think that's it about that one. But it's a great location. You know, I think there was one house, and I saw it when I drove by, just a couple houses down, that we looked at years back when we first started looking around here. And I think it was like $500,000 at the time. And I'm just looking at it now going, ooh, we should have bought that. So for the next house, this one was very interesting to me. I had to see it because, so a little bit of personal story. Back in, let's say 2018, 2019, maybe, we were looking at houses, and I saw this particular house, and I really, really wanted to buy it as an investment property. I was looking for something that had the flexibility of more than one unit. I wanted something that could possibly be a vacation rental, and this fit the bill. Unfortunately, it was a little out of my budget, and it was a major fixer, so it needed a lot of work. So even if I could get get approved for this type of purchase, I didn't have the funds to fix it up. And the people who purchased it did a fabulous job, like over the top, beautiful renovation. I stepped inside and I didn't even recognize the place. Like, you can kind of feel, the layout, but it's just a totally different place. It's got, like I said, 2 units, and it is total 1,893 square feet. So when you walk up, it has a little fenced in area, which has a hot tub and a seating area, and it's got a fountain. It's really nice. And the street that you're on is actually the next neighborhood over. So there's a neighborhood in Cayucos that's along Studio Drive. And so walking to downtown and that kind of thing might be a little more difficult as opposed to the last house. But this area, of course, has coastal access as well. And you're right there by the ocean. So Studio Drive, this particular home is not oceanfront, but it's just one level back. So you just cross the street and you're at the coastal access right there in front of your house. Ocean views from the top floor for sure. And when you walk up this house, you kind of walk up the driveway and then you go up the stairs. And that top level is, you walk in and you're walking into like the dining, living area. And then the kitchen is to your left. To the right is where the windows are that look out to the ocean. And then there's a deck out there as well. So you can just sit in there, either at the dining table, making a meal, or hanging out watching TV or reading a book or whatever it is. And you've got the ocean right there. So it's a really excellent location. So the bedrooms, what you're looking at here is 2 bedrooms, and then there's a bathroom on one of the bedrooms, so the primary suite, and then the other bedroom, and then there is that one bathroom that's closer to like the living space. And they have done it up. It looks so good. And one of the big things that I noticed is they've got they opened up the ceiling, so you have like beam ceiling situation. Really, really special. Now, if you go downstairs on the exterior, you can find the entrance to the other unit. Okay, so now when you do walk into that bottom floor, you have 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. There's an exercise room, and there's also access to the front deck. So, or not the front deck, but the lower level patio. So that's where the hot tub is. There's a, space for eating and hanging out, and there's a fountain and all that kind of cool stuff. And of course, the ocean is just across the street, so you can hear the waves out there as well. Something else, something to note is the flooring in this entire house has, it's so interesting. I really kind of like it. I don't know what you call it, but what it looks like are these little pebbles, and it's throughout the entire place. Really neat. You got to see it. So in the back of the house towards the highway, there is like a really nice covered closed up shop or storage area, where you can keep your tools and that kind of thing. And there are 2 doors that get into that lower unit. And actually there's 3, because there's the slider to the patio, but along the side of the house, there's the front door that goes into the living room. And then there's another door towards the back that goes into like that back room and exercise room. So I don't know, maybe you could even lock that off too. Maybe there's even an option there. Not sure. But anyway, so this one is, this was built in 1971. So 2 units, and there's a vacation rental license widening use options, it says. So, if you're looking for a vacation rental in Cayucos, this might be the way to go. Let's see. It actually does say that it has a 1-car garage, which I did not see, but they didn't have it open. So I just assumed that it was all spread out because it just felt so much bigger than I remembered. But, you know, if you're interested and you need that 1-car garage, we can definitely look into that. So just an overall special property. They put a lot of time and effort, and it looked kind of like a showroom. Not kind of, it did. It looked like a showroom. It felt like I was in some kind of fancy showroom. And of course, you know, you have ocean views and all that good stuff. So the price for this one is $2,295,000, and definitely one to check out if you're looking for something in Cayucos with this type of flexibility. And it was really fun to see because, you know, it's like before and after in real life. So that was awesome. Okay, so I did mention there is a third home that's active right now. It's been on the market for like 3 days, and it's another one in Cayucos that does have a lower level, 1-bedroom, 1-bath, living room, kitchenette, and separate entry. So I will be looking at that one next week. If it's marked for open next Thursday, so I'll take a look at that. And if you're a subscriber, you'll see that come up next Friday. And of course, as I mentioned, you know, if you want to know more about any of these properties, please do reach out. My information's in the description, so you can text me, email, phone, and or if you like, you can set up a Zoom call, and I'm happy to do that anytime. Okay, so I did tour one more that was not on the open house caravan, and this one is the lowest price home in Cayucos. Can you guess how much it is? It's actually under $1 million, which for a single home in Cayucos, that's quite rare. There are some condos that come up that are in like the 800s, or depending if you're at the Oceanfront, they can go even higher. But for single family homes, this is a rare one. And this has been on the market for 14 days as of today, August 29th. And this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And the size of this home is 608 square feet. So you can imagine it was a very easy tour. But it has a pretty decent sized lot. It says 2,500, but when you walk in, the house is more towards the front. So you get like this nice backyard area, which maybe, you know, next door they were building something. So maybe in the future, it could be something that you could build up. The location is right near downtown, so you can actually see the Cayucos Pharmacy sign from the house in the backyard. And it's squeezed in there. Some of these homes, you know, in this particular area, these homes are squeezed in tight. But yeah, so this was built in 1953. And when you walk up to the home, like I said, the home is close to the street, but you do have spot to park. There's no garage. And there's a fence that a gate that you walk through to get to the front door. So private. The bedrooms are at the front of the house. And when you walk through the gate, the front door is right there. And if you walk through the front door, you're right there in the living room. And that's open right to the kitchen as well. So, you know, it's got some sliding glass doors, or actually they weren't sliding glass doors. They were just windows, but they're big windows like a sliding glass door. And then there's a door off the kitchen as well that goes out to your back deck and backyard. So this place to me looked like a perfect place to go in and just do some little updates. And you could really make this a comfortable vacation beach house, you know. If you're looking for like a second home or something like that, this would be a really nice opportunity. 608 square feet. And so walk in the front door, you've got living room and the kitchen towards the left. And then to the right, you have the bedrooms. So the doors are right off the living room. So it'd be a cozy little place. And, you know, the rooms are on the smaller side. They're intimate. But, you know, even if you didn't need 2 rooms, I suppose you could maybe turn that into one bigger size one. I don't know. I kind of like the two. And then the bathroom is like when you walk in directly in front. So it's a smaller size. Perfect little vacation home. Or, I mean, I'd live there. So, again, like I said, it's tight. So you're going to see, you know, your neighbors and stuff pretty well. But you can walk to the beach. You can walk to town. And you have access to all that. And it's under $1 million. So this one is listed for $925,000. Been on the market for 2 weeks. And I could see this being a really cozy, cute beach house. So that's that one. That was fun to see. I've been wondering about that. There was one more home on Caravan, and I'll talk about that really quickly. That was in Cambria, and I didn't have time to get over there, so I just wanted to bring it up. It just came on the market one day as of today, August 29th, and this is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3,400 square feet. And the lot is 17,400 square feet. So you've got a big size there. It's 3 or more levels. Sorry, there's some people walking around. 3 or more levels. And the garage is a 2-car garage built in 1984. And the very interesting thing about this one is that it's by Fiscalini Ranch in Cambria, and it has views of the ranch, of the ocean, and it even has a gate that opens up right to Fiscalini Ranch. So how cool is that? This is a really special one. I wish I could have gotten over there to see it. And again, it's 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and the list price on this one is $2,250,000. So if I do get over there to check it out, I will bring back more details, but I'm not going to make it today. So that's a good one. That would be a good one to see. Okay, so let's go over a quick market report of Cayucos. So we have a total of 55 listings in Cayucos. It's a small town, as I mentioned. I think the population is under 2,500. So that's the size we're talking about here. The total on market is 26. So of the 26 homes, if we look at the price range, usually it's over $1 million, but as I mentioned, that lowest price home is $925,000, and I gave you all the details earlier. So again, that was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 600 square feet, just over. So then for your highest price property in Cayucos right now, what we're looking at is $18,250,000. And this is a home that was built in 1967. However, there's more to it. So the main home is, this is a ranch, and it's Oceanfront Coastal Ranch. And it has over 357 acres. So imagine all that land right up against the ocean. This is, it's located between Cayucos and a very small town, Harmony. So curious if anybody knows about that one. That's an even smaller population. I think it's like 10 people or something like that. But this is 357 acres. So it's got a single family residence, shoreline, and shoreline views, several mobile home farmsteads, and it has complete with 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, basement, carport, holds 3 vehicles, and a detached studio workshop. And it also has 16, give or take, acres that is leased for 30 years. So if you want more information on this, because there's a lot of information here listed, please reach out and I will definitely get that to you. $18,250,000. So you want a coastal ranch? That's what you got to spend. Or that's what they're asking anyway. By the way, last week I saw an oceanfront condo in San Simeon. I talked about it in my previous week's update, and it's listed for $1,499,000. And I thought this would go really quick, but it's still available. So I just wanted to remind you about that one. And yeah, reach out if you're interested. So that is going to do it. Now, if you are interested in any weekly updates, please subscribe and I will provide that information for you. I already know that there's one in Cayucos next week, so I'll be hitting that one up and bringing the details of that to you. And then also on Mondays, I'm doing updates as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.